Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading. This is the reading for Taurus Sun, Moon and Rising for January 2021. And Taurus, I already got your cards in the pre-shuffle. I have them here, so we can jump straight into your reading. And first, we are going to start with the card that represents you, your energy. How are you stepping into January 2021? So we have the Strength. Oh, I love this for you. So you start the reading with the Strength card. And what I love about the Strength is that even though it's a very powerful card, it's very gentle. It's a very gentle energy. It's not getting things accomplished on brute force. It's about taming our own shadow, taming our own weaknesses. Because it's by taming our own weaknesses that we tame the situations around us. So we control our environment, we control our life, not by trying to control it, but by changing our perception from it, by controlling our perception. And I think that control is not a good word here. It's not controlling our perception, but it's changing, transforming, taming it. We learn how to use all parts of ourselves in our favor. So it's not that we are controlling ourselves, it's just that we gain so much knowledge over our own inner workings that we can put them into our use to our own benefit in the best way possible. This is integration. So the Strength here tells me that this is a month for you in which you will be integrating parts of yourself, actually using the parts that you have already that you have already integrated. Sorry about it. That you have already integrated in your favor. And then we have the Environment card. So how is the environment? How are those around you? And you have the King of Water. And this is very interesting here because I do see the King of Water as a person. And it doesn't need to be romantic. It can be a friend. It can be a support group. It can be maybe even a hobby here. I see for some of you the King of Water could be a hobby, but it's that place, that person, that thing that gives you the emotional calmness, the emotional stability that you need. So I see this person as that safe zone, that place where you can be yourself. And they have the emotional maturity and the stability to hold space for you. And especially with the Strength, I think that this is a very powerful combination here. Because the Strength is all about our own power, our inner self, stepping into our power. And the King of Water is someone who can have space for that Strength. He can admire, he can have space, he can connect, support someone like the Strength because he's not challenged by that. He has his own kingdom. He has a lot of emotional intelligence here. So if this is a friend, it's just a friend who really gets you. It's a friend who doesn't feel threatened by you. It's a friend who is always there to support you. And this is a very wise person. Someone who tells you the things that you need to hear, but not the things that you want to hear, the things that you need to hear. But they also do that with a lot of gentleness, with a lot of love. And if this is a hobby, then it can be, for instance, an artistic hobby that you have and that serves as a solace to your energy. So this is a place that where you can retreat and be yourself. And that hobby, that thing just supports you, supports your expression. But I think that for a lot of you, this is a person. And as I said, it doesn't need to be a romantic person. It could be. It could be that this is already a partner, a romantic partner that you have. Or this can also be a partner that is coming into your life in January. But this can also just be a friend, someone who supports you. So let's take a look at your cards. We have the Judgment in the reverse, the Emperor, The Four of Swords. That's interesting, especially with the Emperor here, because in January, Mars will be leaving Aries and entering your sign. So Mars is entering Taurus, and especially if you're a Taurus rising, then it will be entering your first house. But also if you are a Taurus sun, then it's your natural first house. So that Martian energy is coming to the forefront of your personality, and we see it here with the Emperor card. So we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse, the Five of Wands in the reverse. Oh, sorry, the Five of Swords. The Page of Pentacles in the reverse, the Queen of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. Okay, this is very interesting because I do see two people here in your reading, and I don't think that neither of them are you. I think that actually you are this Emperor here. You are this third person, this Emperor, because of because of Mars coming into your sign. I think that you are shown here as the Emperor. So with the Judgment in the reverse and the Emperor, I do think that you came, and this makes a lot of sense with the Strength card here as well. I think that you came from a situation in which you just felt that things were very unfair to you. Because the Judgment card is a card of paying for our duties. It's paying our karma. It's the Judgment Day. It's when all our actions are accounted and we need to pay for them. We need to make up for what we did in the past. But with the Judgment here in the reverse, I think that, and for me, this seems to be someone else. It's almost as if you have been waiting for the Judgment to come to someone and it hasn't. So you have been waiting for someone to make up for you. You have been waiting for someone to do things right for you. Whoever this person may be. And again, I don't see this as strictly romantic. I think that this could be anything. It could also be a thing. It could also be a plan or a project that you have been waiting to hear from, and things are just not happening the way you think they are supposed to happen. And then there's nothing else for you to do here besides stepping into your own power and saying, well, if someone is not doing things right for me, I need to do things right for myself. And I like that, because in the end, that's how life is. We can't expect other people to make things right for us. We need to make it right for ourselves. And with the Four of Swords here, I really like the combination of the Emperor and the Four of Swords, because I think that you are being able to integrate those lessons, which comes hand in hand with the Strength card. So the Strength, the Emperor, and this comes from a place of serenity, of a place of you connecting with yourself and healing yourself from whatever happened. It's a place of release, of acceptance. I get some Hanged Man vibes from this card. It's a place of surrender. So after surrendering to the situation of this Judgment in the reverse that didn't come to be, surrendering to this lack of justice that you felt, you need to find your own power, and you find it here, which I find amazing. And I think that we see more of this situation here, because it's interesting to me that this reading is talking to me a lot about the past. So even though this is a reading for January 2021, I see a lot of your past being represented here, because we see both these cards. So we see the Eight of Wands in the reverse, which shows me this lack of movement, lack of going forward, lack of letting things develop. And then with the Five of Swords here in the reverse, I just get the same vibes from the Judgment in reverse, of you feeling that someone got the best of you. So if you see in the Five of Swords in the upright, this man, he just won the battle, and the other ones, they lost, but at what price? Look at his face. For him, it wasn't enough to win the battle. He needs to humiliate those two. And with this card in the reverse, I do have this strong feeling that you were put in this situation by someone. So you were either humiliated or you just felt that you lost the battle, but it wasn't enough to lose the battle. Someone really needed to break you down. And with the Page of Pentacles here in the reverse, yeah, so something is taken away from you. An opportunity, whatever this is. If this is a relationship or if this is just an opportunity, a project, a business project that you had in mind and that was taken from you, I see this thing not starting. It's something that you expected to start, something that you expected to have, and it was taken from you. But what I love is that with the Emperor and the Four of Swords here, even though this was taken from you, you don't go into a victim mentality of, oh, poor me. You stand up and you decide to build your own kingdom. Okay, I didn't get this business. I can maybe start my own business. I didn't get that job offer, but guess what? I can get an even better one. This person didn't want to be with me. Well, now I don't want to be with them because I know I deserve better and I can find someone much better. So whatever happened here, even though the tarot is showing this past thing, this past situation, I just see you not letting yourself be a victim of it. I see yourself getting up and doing what you need to do yourself with the Emperor. And now something that I find very interesting here is that we have the Queen of Swords, and I do see this Queen of Swords as you. So we have the Queen of Swords here, and for me this Queen is the strength, and also the Emperor is the same energy here for me. Is someone who is quite powerful, someone who is not up to bullshit, because she learned how to integrate all parts of herself. So she's like, come, if you come, I'm gonna cut you. And this is not a cutting like I'm gonna hurt you, I'm gonna say hurtful words to you. It's not that, but it's more like, if you mess with me, I'm gonna show you my true power. I'm not up to jokes anymore. And then we have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords here. And look how interesting. Because they are hand in hand, but behind this Knight of Cups is the Queen of Swords. And what I see here with that King of Water that we saw before, I see this King of Water as maybe being the same person as this Knight of Cups. And how I see this is that the two of them are battling. But look at the Knight of Swords. He's just charging forward with a lot of anger. While the Knight of Cups, he's just gracefully moving forward. And I see him as this protective energy for you, as something or someone who is kind of protecting you, something who's got your back. Because he's putting himself between, and even though I'm saying him, it's just because of the energy. It's a knight, but it could be a man, a woman, it could be any gender, okay? Also the same with the Queen. But the Knight of Cups is putting himself between this charged attack from the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So he's protecting this energy here. Whoever this person is, he is giving you protection. And he's doing that in this King of Water way, of being very graceful, of just having a lot of emotional intelligence. So there is someone in your environment who's really got your back, Taurus. And this person is going to fight for you. Whoever it is. And as I said, even if this is just a hobby, if this is a creative interest that you have, is still something that separates you from the rest of the world right now. It's something that shields you. Because this is that safe place where you can hide, is that safe place where you can just be yourself. So I also see that for some of you. And then I got some animal spirits cards, and I'm only getting one card, but for you, two came. So we are going to take a look at both. So let's see. Okay. So we got first the mouse spirit, and then we got the bee spirit. And I think that this is very interesting because for me it ties a lot with the emperor. Both the mouse and the bee, they are similar. At the same time that they are similar energies, they are not. They are very similar in the sense that they are very hard workers. So for instance, the mouse is very attentive to details. So when he does a work, he does it very well because he's very attention to every single detail. He's a perfectionist. And this connects a lot with the Emperor card, and so does the bee. And at the same time that the mouse pays attention to the details, the bee is just a very hard-working energy, is a lot of endurance, which is Taurus, which is your energy. So there's a lot of endurance, and it's also Mars in Taurus. Mars is coming into Taurus. So how do we do things? We do it with a lot of stamina when Mars is in Taurus. And this is the bee energy. It's a stamina. I will work hard until I can accomplish my goals. So whatever it is that you're working on, with this Emperor energy, with the Queen of Swords and the mouse and the bee, there is a lot of hard work, a lot of stamina that you're building for yourself, because you will build your own kingdom. Even though there is someone here that seems to be charging against you, I don't even see this as a very dominating energy. Actually, I see this mostly as explaining what helped you step into your own power. But I don't see this person here as a challenge for you, because you are so protected by your own energy, but you're also so protected by those around you, like this King of Water. And then the only thing that I would ask you here to take care of yourself is because both the mouse and the bee, they can overwork. They can overwork themselves. The mouse can become very anxious because he's just so controlling with everything. Everything needs to be perfect, that he can get very anxious, and the bee can have a burnout for working too much. So this is something that you need to pay attention to. But besides that, I think that this is an awesome reading for your January, because you're really stepping into that power and building something concrete for yourself. Stop waiting for others and just getting up and doing that for yourself. And that's awesome here. So I want to take a better look at each row and just see some extra information or main lessons that you need to take from each of these rows. Okay, so this is quite another king. So we got the King of Wands here. So again, for me, this is just compliments, because the King of Wands is a fire king. And so is the Emperor. The Emperor is the king of all kings. He has all the power, right? So he has water, fire, earth, air, but he's also Mars energy. So he's Aries energy. And the King of Wands, it's called King of Bows in this deck, but the King of Wands, he is also a fire king. So again, there is a lot of power coming through you now. A lot of charged energy in January. Yes, that's interesting. I really don't feel that you are being bothered by the situation anymore, because look, we got the Four of Cups, which is Four of Vessels in this deck, and what says here is boredom. So even though this is a situation that bothered you when it happened, right now you just look at it like, this bores me. You know, this is just not important anymore. This is past. I have better things to do right now. I have better things to accomplish. Interesting. Okay, so in the last row, with that queen and the two knights, we got the nine of arrows, which is the nine of swords, and it says dedication in this deck. And this deck is different from the Rider-Waite tarot, because usually I don't read the nine of arrows, the nine of swords like that, but in here it's called dedication. So again, I see that you are so focused on your new projects, you're so focused on what you want to build, that even these knights battling here, and I think that that's also, this is so good that you have this person, this king of water, which is the knight of cups as well. They are the same people for me, or at least the same energy. This is why it's so important to have this person by your side. It's almost as if they are taking the blow so that you can focus on what matters right now. So they are fighting this fight for you so that you can keep dedicating yourself, you can keep placing yourself in this new project, in this new thing that you're working on. So let's get some oracle cards for you. Okay, this is interesting because we got new moon in Virgo. A time to give rather than take. And I think that for me it talks about, it's not about giving to others at this moment, because as I said, this is a moment that you're focusing on yourself and you're focusing on your projects. But I think that whatever you are focusing on, the oracle is telling you that you might not harvest it right now, so it's not yet ripe. You're still giving the energy to this project, but you're not harvesting yet. And I think that that's why it's so important to focus your energy, to put your efforts, because I think you will be harvesting it, you will be taken back from it in the next few months of 2021, but not yet in January. And then it's interesting because this is a very green card, and we also have get the yellow green B card here. And careful not to overwork. This is a time to give rather than take, but be careful not to give so much that you have a burnout, that you overwork yourself. I think that that's very important. And let's get this one. Go the distance. Wow, there are just so many cards of you accomplishing something here, of you working on something, of you really stretching yourself towards your goals, which makes a lot of sense with Mars coming into your sign. But it's just crazy how strong the energy is coming in this reading, because it's just making it so clear that, yeah, this is a month in which you will take everything that you have up to times 4. You're just stretching yourself towards your goal. And that's why whatever this environment energy here that kept you trapped in the past or that made you feel not enough, this is just vanishing, because your focus are completely on your projects right now. So Taurus, that's all I have for you, and I hope you enjoyed. And if you did enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. I also work with private consultations, both astrological charts and tarot readings, and I have my website linked at the description box, so you can check it out in there if you want. So take care. Bye bye.